The holidays come again, with their loud windows of light, their songs stitched with promises that never learned our names. Everywhere, families gathered, around tables polished smooth by tradition, passing dishes heavy with memory, recipes older than our courage once was. And we stood outside of that picture, holding invitations that felt like ultimatums, knowing love would arrive with conditions, knowing silence would be the price of peace. So we stayed away, or we went and disappeared inside ourselves, or we left early, our names mispronounced, our truths untouched, our hands empty of the people that we loved most. The holidays have a way of asking, who are you willing to be smaller for? And for a long time, we tried to answer correctly. There is a particular grief in being told you are loved, but not as you are, in being welcomed only if you edit the language of your body, only if your heart learns to lie convincingly, only if your future stays theoretical and alone. Some of us were told our love was a phase. Some of us were told our bodies were mistakes. Some of us were warned of fire and eternity, as if fear could ever be holy, as if damnation could pass for devotion. But hell was never the place they described. Hell was the dinner table, where we swallowed ourselves whole. So we left, not always bravely, not always cleanly. Sometimes with guilt clinging to our coats, sometimes with grief stuffed in backpacks, sometimes with nowhere to go but forward. And forward led us to rooms without blood ties, but full of truth. Living rooms where names were respected before explanations were required. Kitchens where pronouns were learned the way love should be, without complaint, without debate. We found each other in borrowed apartments, in community centers that smelled like coffee and hope, in drag shows doubling as fundraisers, in group chats buzzing late into December, asking, are you safe tonight? Do you need a plate? We learned that survival sometimes looked like folding chairs around a mismatched table. Someone lit a candle, not because tradition demanded it, but because warmth felt necessary. Someone cooked too much food, as if abundance could be practiced into existence. Someone else said, you don't have to explain anything here, and something in our chests finally loosened. We laughed, not the polite laughter of endurance, but the loud, cracked, open kind that surprises even the one who releases it. We told our stories without footnotes, without apologies. No one asked us to be quieter. No one asked us to be less. No one threatened us with eternity for loving honestly. And in that space, that holy, unremarkable room, we understood something they never taught us. That joy can be radical, that safety is sacred, that love does not need to wound to prove it is real. We grieved, yes, grieved the families we lost while choosing ourselves, grieved the holidays we were promised but never allowed to keep. Grief sat beside us, but it did not own the room, because across the table sat someone who saw us clearly and stayed anyway. Because beside us sat a hand reaching for ours without fear, without shame, without conditions. We stopped asking permission to celebrate ourselves. We stopped waiting for forgiveness from people who never asked for ours. We learned to bless ourselves, not with scripture, but with survival, with laughter, with community, with the quiet understanding that we are not broken things in need of fixing, but living proof that love persists even when tradition fails. The holidays still come, They always will. They still carry echoes of old wounds, still press gently on scars that haven't vanished. But now, when the lights appear, we know where to go. We go where our names are spoken like gifts. We go where our love is not interrogated. We go where no one threatens us with fire for choosing warmth instead. We go home to the people who choose us back, and in that choosing, that ordinary, extraordinary act, we find something better than approval. We find belonging. We find ourselves. We find a season where breathing is finally allowed.